Alright, this is Spectrum Reviews back here with a brand new video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Spider-Man Homecoming Marvel Legends Vulture Build-A-Wing series, Marvel's Beetle. As you can see, he's standing here in a decently dynamic pose. A couple of things to go over before we actually take a look at the figure is this guy has a lot of problems standing. It took me a good 3 minutes and a good change of surface to get this guy to even stand like this. And I think that's because of the back wings, but I don't think it's entirely their fault. I think it's just because the feet, let me show you here. The feet are incredibly small to the rest of the figure. For me, that doesn't really work, and it complicates things, especially if you want to display him in a bit of a confined space. It's not impossible to do, but it's just very time consuming. But that being the big gripe about the figure, this guy's really not half bad. We don't have any packaging to look at because I acquired this guy loosely. But yeah, I mean, there's no paint on him except for his eyes. But that does not take away from the figure at all, if you ask me. You know, the metallic, what do you call this? I believe they might have mixed some paint into the plastic when you know, creating the figure and creating the mold. So that's really nice. And I have watched reviews, and I know that this guy is like reused or retooled and repainted from other molds, which I don't have an issue with that. You know, it's a nice looking figure. He's nice to display with your comic Spider-Man or your movie Spider-Man if you're so inclined to do so. You know, his posability is really nice. And we'll actually go over his articulation. And we'll take a look at his wings before we take a look at the actual body. His wings are fully articulated. They can rotate, and they can also move in and out, like so. Oh, like so. Sorry about that. My camera lost focus for a second. So you can do that, or his wings are broken. You know, you can swivel these however you wish. I just kind of leave him, you know, spread out like that, as if he's about to take off. But yeah, and you can also remove the lower wings if you don't like them being on there, which I probably won't do because I like them on there. They don't bug me too much. Ha! That was an unintentional pun. But for his articulation, he has a very, very nice ab crunch. Although I believe I feel like it's cut a bit too high up into the chest. You know, because like his entire abdomen just gets sucked inside of him when he crunches down. It's a minor gripe, but it's very nice point of articulation if you ask me. And he can crunch that far back. Very nice. His head can look up that far, which is enough for me, and it can look down that far. 360 degrees on rotation. His arms can do a full 360. Oh, his wings are getting in the way. There we go. He can rotate at the bicep. Double jointed elbows, which bend in that far. Man, these wings are getting in the way of everything. I'm so sorry, guys. Standard wrist articulation with Marvel Legends figures, of course. His legs can split that far. He can kick out that far. He cannot kick back at all. Has a thigh cut. Double jointed knees, a rotation at the calf, ankle pivot, and his toes move down that far, or feet and move up that far. Size comparison times. Here you have the Marvel's Beetle next to the Spider-Man Homecoming homemade suit Spider-Man, and in my opinion, this go fairly nice together. Oh, you really can't see the heads. I think that's a great height difference if you ask me, and the body proportions are nice. So yeah, like I said, you can pose them with your movie figures if you like. And just getting them out of the way, I just have to say that this guy is a decent figure. You know, he's nice. And he is a nice villain to have in your collection if you are a big Spider-Man fan. I ultimately did not know that this guy existed until I actually picked up the action figure and did a little bit of research. But it turns out he has 4 different incarnations, which is pretty cool. And, you know, this one being my first, I'm definitely impressed with the way this guy looks. And it's an actual Beetle compared, you know, that goes along with being like in the bug world. I think that's really cool that they incorporated that into this villain. And yeah, so all in all, I do recommend this figure. You know, he's nice to have in your Spider-Man collection. Just like I said, especially if you're a big Spider-Man fan, he's more than likely a must-have. You know, he scales nicely with other Spider-Man figures. And yeah, so I think that about wraps it up for this review. So this has been Spectrum Reviews. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.